veganism is just saying, look, we don't want bigger cages, we want empty ones. We don't want a world where well, yeah, I mean, a figure of speech. But we don't want to live in a world where we have to exploit animals for any purpose. There should be no nice way to slit an animal's throat, just as there's no nice way to slit yours. And if we have the science and we're able to move past that, we as a species who claims to understand right from wrong, we should be morally obliged to do so. All makes sense? Yeah. Can I give you a card with my website on it?
Yeah, sure.
And there's a section on my website. It's called "What Does Your Religion Say?" and it's got quotes from the Quran and the Hadith in there that are against harming animals. And this is where I say to a lot of Muslims that historical context has to come into account, because you know when you look at a verse from the Quran that seems violent towards humans, and any good Muslim would say, well, look, this was
applies to a particular
time.
Event.
Exactly. So as well as that, with the regards to animals, you have to understand those people were living in the Middle East. There was vegetation was sparse. It might have been a survival thing. Now we have the means of moving past that. And if you're a Muslim and you respect God's planet, well, animal agriculture is the most environmentally destructive entity on the planet. We cut down an area of rainforest the size of 7 football pitches every second for animal agriculture. What loving God who loves his own planet would want us to do that? And so veganism minimises your resource usage, and so it's absolutely compatible with any religion. Oh, sound good?
That was interesting.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Food for thought.
Yeah, thanks a lot, mate.
Thanks.
Sorry, what's the difference between a vegetarian and a vegan?
Yeah, so a vegetarian wouldn't eat meat. A vegan doesn't believe in using animals for any purpose at all. So that means we don't wear them, we don't wear wool, we don't wear leather, we don't eat anything that comes out of their body either. So we wouldn't eat eggs or milk. There's 20,000 edible plant species on this planet. So we can just eat, we can survive solely on plants. Vegans are living proof of that. We get all the clothing we want without harming animals as well. We don't want to experiment on them either. So it's a stance against all animal use. Does that make sense?
So I reckon the eating is out of the question.
Yes, eating, wearing, exploiting in any way. Yeah, entertainment, anything. We're against horse racing, so we're against animal use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just generally.
Yeah,
right.
just using animals for any purpose, we're completely against.
But is there a remote possibility of perhaps considering the allowance of eating animals?
No, not in our situation. There's no situation we would need to eat animals. We're not in a survival situation.
Yeah.
So we can move past that.
Right, I see. So the cultures currently in the world where they are reliant on animals, that would be fine.
Yeah, there's certain cultures in the world I can't really do anything about. Like if someone's living in the Antarctic or in the desert, the Aborigines, I can't really police that in any way. Here in a developed country where we've got access to grocery stores of fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts, beans, lentils, seeds, grains, I can say to people we don't need to harm animals in any way. We're not in a survival scenario.
Right. Okay.
You know, if we're lucky enough to live in a developed country, we can avoid harming animals for any purpose. And that's all veganism
Right.
is.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm Shabir. You are?
I'm George.
George, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, you see, oftentimes one of the things that I've always thought about when I look at animals, obviously, you don't want to harm them.
No.
Okay? But then if I want to eat an animal, then what happens?
So would you be, for what reason would you want to eat an animal?
Because I love meat.
Yeah. Now this was the same as me before I was a vegan. So the reason we eat animals is not for survival purposes, it's because we like the taste.
Okay.
But this is the question we ask, can it be justified that we take someone's life just because we enjoy the way that they taste?
Right, okay. Hey, sorry?
Yes. So would you say your taste buds are worth more than someone else's life? Yes. And so why would your taste buds be worth more than someone who wants to live? What's so special about it?
Someone, I'm eating an animal.
Okay, but this is where I guess as a society we've been conditioned to think of animals as things, right? You know, people refer to animals.
So how far do you go on your veganism?
So we're against all animal use at all?
All animal use. So you don't mind the fact that all the dyes and the clothes you're wearing have been tested on animals?
Yes, I would mind. If I was
you're wearing it, so it's a contradiction.
But how do you know that I'm wearing anything that with the dye tested on animals?
Because it all is. Everything is.
Not every single dye is.
What? Burger House don't test their dyes on animals.
Was it made from plants? They're killing plants, these people.
Yeah,
but you're killing plants.
Yes, but you're trivialising the lives of animals now by comparing them to plants.
They're living creatures, living
So if someone killed you, that's the same as chopping a tomato.
I didn't say that.
Well, you did by comparing
I am
animals to
saying you're
plants.
killing plants.
And you're saying that animals then are comparable to plants. You're a species of animal, so you're saying that killing you is the same as killing a plant.
You don't know what a plant feels, do you?
So if I was to jump up and down on that grass there, you would call the police.
No.
And if I was beating a dog, would
Because
you?
you have no conscience about it, killing plants.
No, I don't, because they're not sentient beings, and you're trivialising the lives of animals.
I'm not talking about animals, I'm saying you're killing against vegetables. You're killing plants.
Yeah, but why do you
I'm
think...
not talking about animals, I'm talking about killing plants.
So you're a plant rights activist?
Hey?
Are you a plant rights activist?
No.
Well then why are you concerned about me killing plants?
Because that's not true.
You're concerned about us eating meat?
Yes, because animals are sentient beings.
There is no valid
Because
argument
you know there's a
against
distinction
there is.
yourself. You
There is
know
a
there's a
valid
distinction
argument.
yourself. Before I was a vegan, the 23 years before I was a vegan, not one meat eater ever raised a concern about killing plants. As soon as I went vegan, boom, every single day, you're killing plants. It's a disingenuous argument.
Aren't
No
you
one
glad you've
believes it.
heard it at last? Aren't you glad you've heard my point of view at last?
No, it's
Hey?
hearing it every day from
You've
meat
never-
eaters
you've
is
never
annoying.
heard it?
I'd never heard it before I was a vegan.
But all your clothing, it's nothing to do with animals,
No, so I'm vegan, so everything I'm wearing here comes from plants.
from plants.
Yeah.
I see. Show me, show me. Show me the plants that...
I'm wearing them.
That's no plant.
I can do a catwalk for you if you want.
That's no plant.
Easy, it comes from plants. That's denim from cotton.
Show me the soles of your shoes.
Rubber. So no animals had to be exploited for anything I'm wearing or anything I've eaten ever since I've been a vegan. That's what veganism is.
What are you going to do with all the animals in the world?
So if the world gradually went vegan,
Overpopulated with animals.
yeah, the reason the world currently is overpopulated with animals is because you, the meat and dairy consumer, is paying for them to be mass bred. So 55 billion land animals are slaughtered every year. The more people go vegan, the less and less they're bred over the years. So the overpopulation of animals problem is actually to do with eating meat. More vegans equals fewer farmed animals.
I thought it was to do with breeding.
Yes, we breed
Yeah.
them to meet demand for the
Yeah,
consumer.
Yeah. You drink milk,
No,
eggs.
no. So vegans don't eat anything that comes from an animal, because all animals in those industries have to be exploited and eventually killed as a part of buying those products. So even in the egg industry and the dairy industry, those animals will end up going to the slaughterhouse as well.
You think there's a bit of piety about vegetarians and self-righteousness.
No, I think what's self-righteous is that when someone believes their taste buds trump all lives on earth, and they have the God-given right to harm whichever animals they want and not be called out on it, that's self-righteous.
Did we have an instruction to kill and eat?
From who?
And from the Lord in the Bible?
So
Kill
you
and eat?
do you believe in the Bible?
Yes.
I don't. I'm an atheist.
You're an atheist.
So
Well, I'll tell you something.
Go on.
It's harder to believe in atheism than it is to believe in God.
Well, prove
It's
to me-
harder to have faith in atheism than it is to have faith in God.
Is it? Can you prove to me God exists?
What kind of proof do you want?
Well, I want God to come down now and say I'm God.
Do you
and
want sight? Can you see gravity?
I can't see gravity, no.
You want sight to prove God?
I just want some kind of proof of his existence. Because
Tell me
people
what
keep
kind
going,
of proof you want.
I've said I want God to appear now.
All right. You see that?
Yeah.
You know how it became a watch? I threw it in the air and it became a watch. It had a designer.
No, but the watchmaker theory's been debunked, mate.
It has not.
The way that the reason the world looks the way it looks now is through natural selection, a very gradual process over millions
Come
of
on
years.
now, you must know there's design in the world. Look at all the animals. The animals, they are made for the cold weather, they're made for the hot weather.
Through natural selection,
sir.
sir.
Eh?
Through natural selection.
Right, if there was a big bang, who lit the fuse?
I don't know.
Ah, see,
But then who
it doesn't
created
know.
God? Who
It
created
doesn't
God?
know.
Who
Eh?
created God?
If I said God number one created God number two, what would you say?
I'd
It
say-
wasn't created. The creator is not the creature.
So who
Eh?
So who are you saying created God?
No
God
one
number two.
created God.
Then
Eh?
how did he come into existence then?
We don't know.
That's my position
There are
on the
many
planet. I
things-
currently don't know, but it's
Look, there are many things I don't know. Can you explain the sky why there's no brick wall, why there's no end to it? How far does it go? Tell me.
I don't know. But what does this have to do?
He's got things he doesn't know anyway.
Oh, I don't know much, but they say we only know 1/1,000,000th of everything there is to know as a species.
You cannot admit there is design in the world.
No, it's formed by natural selection. Nature designs it essentially through natural selection. Yes, through evolution. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So we look the way we do. Plants look the way they do because of natural selection. Over millions of years, biological things changing. Genetics.
I believe in creation and evolution, that we evolve and change slightly. Sometimes people were smaller, they were taller.
Yeah.
But that's a different thing to creation.
Okay, and if you believe that evolution is compatible with Christianity, which is good,
Yes.
so you're a man of science as well as God, which is good, because a lot of Christians deny evolution. Do you not think that veganism can be compatible with Christianity? Do you think God mandates you to eat meat and animal products?
Yes, design, yes.
What he says you
Command.
have to eat,
Command.
you have to kill
Till and
animals.
eat, till and eat, yes.
Why would he want you to do that?
Why would you? Will you stop telling God what he can and what he can't do?
I don't want your God telling me what I can and
Hey,
can't
hey.
do. Why is your God telling
Tell
me to kill animals?
Why are you writing your own agenda? You think you can make your own script? You, on Earth for 70 years, have a bigger vision than a big God.
I've been on Earth for 70 years, I've been for 28 years.
Well, you know what I'm saying. 3 score years and 10, whatever. Why is it you want to write your own agenda?
It's not my own agenda.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to write my own highway code. Let everyone pick for himself.
Well, this isn't my own agenda.
When we have a game of football, even if they're criminals, they want a referee. They don't pick their own rules.
But now you're talking now as if God wrote the Bible when it was written by men, mate. Men wrote the Bible, so that was their own agenda.
They were inspired.
Well, inspired. That isn't God's handwriting, is it? It's some blokes being inspired by the idea of God.
Do you have a problem with that?
Oh yeah, because it's a book that's telling us how if it's your form of Christianity, yeah. I don't mind Christians where they say I want to live in harmony with animals on the planet. If you're saying your God commands you to kill animals, then that is a problem with your religion, yeah. Because it's inherently violent.
As I said again, will you stop telling God what he can and what he can't do?
I'm not talking to God, I'm talking to you.
No, you are.
Sorry, can
You're
I
not God.
the exchange? Can I just ask?
Yeah.
Are you suggesting from what the gentleman has said?
Yeah.
So am I correct in thinking that my teeth have the ability to chew through meat?
Yeah, they have the ability to chew through meat and plants, yeah.
If they have the ability, and from what you just said,
Yeah.
you used natural selection.
Yeah.
So the current position I'm in, using that methodology of understanding, has brought me to a position where my teeth have the ability to chew through meat.
Yeah.
And if that be the case, then even from a natural selection perspective, there should be no harm in me eating the meat.
But we have the capability to do many things.
No,
That
the
doesn't mean we
capability,
should.
sorry, George,
Yeah.
the capability is through reasoning.
Yeah.
But natural selection is separate from reasoning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what's naturally
Right.
actually
So
happening.
what naturally has happened has allowed me to naturally have teeth which can chew through meat. So that should be permitted logically.
But then if we take that logic, that means
Yeah.
we should lower the age of consent to 11 because girls have evolved to be able to be pregnant around 11 and we know that that's not okay.
Now wait a minute. Again, what you just said is absolutely correct. However, taking your position,
Yeah.
it should not matter, should it?
Oh, it should matter because we can reason.
That's
so.
reason again. No, but if you look at natural selection, for example, I'm just going on your reasoning here.
Yeah.
For example, naturally speaking, okay, the female body gets ready for what reason according to evolution?
To be able to have children. And that's around 11
When does
years
that
old.
start?
Around 11 years old.
So what should the age of consent be?
Well, it should
According
be
to
higher.
natural selection.
According to natural selection, it
Which-
should be 11, but we're a
What's-
society that says it should be higher.
So it entirely depends on how a perspective is being seen here. From what you have said, because if I take your reasoning to its logical conclusion, then you are going to have to disagree with yourself according to that. The teeth, naturally speaking, are present for me to be able to chew through meat. So on a natural level, I should eat meat.
So then on a natural selection.
No, on a natural selection. Let's just go through.
Yeah.
Is that yes? Yes. It is, isn't it? You can't say no.
No, so it means you can, it doesn't mean you should.
That's. I
still
agree
the
with
two.
that. I agree with that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but that's reasoning applied. Okay, and I have no problem with that. However, if I'm going to take your position, which is what you said to the gentleman, that look, because of natural selection, X, Y, and Z happen. Well, if that is the case, then on both points that you have raised, number one, natural selection has determined for me to have teeth which can chew through meat. So there's no problem with that. Secondly, you brought up about the age of consent, which I agree with, okay? However, if we look at it from a natural selection perspective or evolutionary perspective, then you are also making the admission that as soon as that female is biologically ready, then the female is ready, irrespective of the age, according to the evolutionary perspective. Am I wrong in what I'm thinking?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, as a society...
No, don't apply reason yet.
Why not?
I'll tell you why.
You are missing morality. He's applying morality to the situation.
Excellent, I agree with you. Sorry, brother.
He can see we are hurting animals. We're human beings. Yeah? We can detect that we are inflicting pain on something. Right? So that means we know it's having a bad effect. So we're applying. It's not just natural selection that's at play. It's also morality of human beings.
Okay.
If we're so concerned about nature, what about your natural compassion that you have? If you were to see a living being being harmed, sentient being, you would intervene and stop that person harming an animal. I take it.
I like I said earlier on, I see what you are saying, but as the brother here just said, and rightfully so, if we are going to bring in morality, that is subject to reason, because morality changes according to which location we are in.
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
Well, societal laws, yeah.
It does, doesn't it? So, just going on your point, we know that if we go back a few hundred years, the age of consent was 12 here in the UK. In fact, if you go to Europe now, they are all separate.
Yeah.
Here's the logic. If it is 16 in the UK, and it is 15 in one of the European countries, if that 15-year-old comes here, have they committed a criminal offense?
I don't know.
The answer would be yes. Okay, but here's an issue though.
Yeah.
Age of consent, again, is, as you pointed out, is dependent on how we collectively as a society view things.
Yeah.
And things change accordingly, and sometimes it comes to the stage where some form of law has to be promulgated to ensure that people do not do anything other than. So the age of consent was brought up to 16. Now, the problem here is, and I'm sure research will show you, that when you look at the readiness sexually of partners, male and female, the age is rapidly starting to go down again. In fact, the researchers are suggesting that it has now come back to the age of 8. Question is, well, if this is what we are looking at, and now here is the question which we ought to answer. If you have evolution and you have reason, which one will take precedence?
Reason, without a doubt.
Okay.
Because to use evolution would be a fallacy, known as an appeal to nature fallacy. We can't base our ethics on evolution. Otherwise, we would have to lower the age of consent to 11, because girls can have evolved to us.
Right. Is it a fallacy though?
Yes,
let's look at it.
Because we're justifying morals based on nature. That's a fallacy.
Excellent. So I then have to ask this question to myself. If we are going to appeal to nature, as a suggestion, then I would suggest this: that if my reason tells me, I look at an animal, I feel compassion for it, but my natural inclination is to eat the animal. What is wrong with my process of reasoning?
Because you're not looking at things from the victim's point of view. The animal does not want to be eaten.
Okay. Now, if I look at it from the victim's point of view, it's going to sound a bit silly, this. But I want to know of one cow that came to me, because if you look, and I'm sure you mentioned it on your card, that each religion has said things about being compassionate to animals. You mentioned that to that gentleman. Now, if you look at it from that perspective, then we come back to what this gentleman said about some overarching authority establishing for you what you can and what you cannot do. And it isn't left to the reason of men, which can change at the flick of a button because things just don't suit us. Which one is more logical?
Hang on, that's...
Sorry, I was just asking the question. Which one is more logical?
This gentleman was
I don't think it's a difference. I don't think those are the two options there, because is it not possible that morality, there is a universal objective morality that we're in the process of uncovering as human beings, and killing animals is like he's trying to shift the morality to add that, to uncover that morality, that part of the objective morality.
Okay.
Yeah, I think what you're saying
I
is
can see what you
morality is
mean.
very much a subjective thing, and that's very much about what we think is right or wrong to harm someone else. I'm saying it's more considering things from the victim's point of view, and no animal wants to be eaten.
I can see the point you're making. However, you know, if you take it back a few minutes ago when we were discussing other cultures,
Yeah.
and I said that there are still cultures now which totally are reliant on animals for their feed, for their clothing, etc. Are we now going to make a moral judgment on them?
I would say, yeah, I don't think it's okay to kill any animal for any human to
I never
survive,
asked you that.
but-
I'm asking you, are we now in a position to make a moral judgment against them?
Yes, the answer
Yes,
is
I think
I
it's
would,
a
yeah.
The answer is a yes.
I don't.
Now, if that is what we are going to do, then now we have a serious problem. Because between us and them, who are more reliant or more conversant with nature, us or them?
They are more reliant on animals to survive than we are.
No,
but
no,
that's
I didn't
why
say that.
I don't preach to Aboriginals.
No, no,
or
George, my
people-
question was, who is more, how can we say, in touch with nature, us or them?
Well, them, because we have technology.
Them. But now, but here's the problem though. You see, and you pinpointed it. We have developed certain kinds of technology, okay? Now, here, the central issue that you have, George, is looking at it from the victim's perspective.
Yeah.
That's what we are saying here. We are saying, okay, wait a minute. If we are looking at it from the victim's perspective, I then have to naturally think to myself, okay, do I seem to have a position where that particular thing, animal, call it what you want, seems to be subservient to me? Correct?
Yeah.
How have I come to this position? Because of this. Am I right?
Yeah, you're thinking it.
Yeah? No, no, no. Our ability to be able to use reason and have a position where that animal is subservient to me.
So now you're agreeing that we should use reason.
No, no, I didn't say that. Because the natural position you can't disagree with.
Wait, what do you mean by subservient to you?
Well, the animal, I can take it and I can kill it and eat it.
You have the capability.
Yeah, I have the capability.
Okay,
I have, don't I?
Yes.
But you see, the natural position, you are going to have to agree that I've got teeth naturally, which allow me to chew meat.
Yeah, but
So
he
you've
didn't
got to
disagree.
exceed. No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. We've agreed on that. However, if we are to apply reason now, reason now is telling me I have the position in which I am able to kill that animal and eat it. Okay? I have to now think, will the animal feel pain?
Or
Will
you
the animal-
also have the ability to reason to not eat the animal.
I
You
agree.
could just eat something else.
I agree, but that's what we call hitting the nail on the head. Are you giving me the choice to do that?
Yeah, I'm giving you the choice now
Excellent.
as someone living in a developed country to
Yes.
avoid exploiting animals. for
But
food
are you
and
going
clothing.
to, no problem, but are you going to give me equally the choice to be able to do exactly that to the animal?
I can't give you the choice to. I'm just presenting you the choice to
I
not
agree.
harm animals.
I agree.
I don't want you to. I
No,
don't
I
want you
understand.
to slaughter an animal in any way. There's no right way to do the wrong thing.
Now, this is the point though. You see, for me and you to think about what is the right way is the issue. What do you think or consider to be the right way, I can say is the wrong way. You will turn to me and say, what I'm thinking is the right way, according to you is the wrong way. How do we resolve this impasse?
Well,
Ban the halal slaughter.
Sorry?
Ban the halal slaughter.
Okay, you are entitled to your opinion.
No, but this is the point. It's not opinion. One person is trying to convince the other person. So what he's saying, elevate the animal to the level of the humans. When you don't harm human, because the thought naturally comes to you that I want to be treated, so I will treat him in the similar manner.
Agreed.
He's saying the same thing with the animal. So he
Yes.
wants to elevate the animal.
Yeah.
Because we feel that he has the feeling, the animal, we don't consider the feelings of animals at all. Now when you are treating a human, you don't have to make an extra effort to think.
True.
So now, if we elevate, probably in a few years' time, we will probably see animals in the same perspective that we see other humans.
Okay,
And
so
we will look back in horror at what we did to animals.
that's an opinion. But if I can just take forward what he said, and it's we are all entitled to that. Yeah. But if I were to suggest what you said, elevate the animal to the position of what?
Of being able to live free from a life of exploitation. That's the right we want to give them.
Right, excellent, George. A life free from exploitation.
Yeah.
That's subjective.
Why is it
Everything is
subjective? 'Cause
subjective.
animals
Everything
don't
is
want to
subjective.
I'm so glad you are saying that. Now, here is the
Everything is
problem.
subjective.
If everything is subjective,
No. So one tries to convince the other person. Everything.
I agree. But what we are saying right now, we are at a position where he says yes, I say no. I say yes, he says no. We are at an impasse. In other words, we can't go this way, we can't go that way. I am saying, look, if I were to hold this position on a natural level, then I don't have a problem, okay? Because then it allows me, my teeth have the ability to chew meat, I will chew meat.
But you have,
However,
you have the conscious to also think.
Yeah. Why
excellent.
base
So the
morality on
reason
your
now,
teeth?
we come to
The
reason.
conscious.
Yeah.
Why base morality on your teeth when you can base it on your own logic to avoid harming animals?
I agree, but you see, you are agreeing with me actually with the two issues I raised. One is reason and one is nature. Which one takes precedence? We agreed reason.
Yeah.
Yeah? We agreed reason because of what?
Because we have the ability to not
We have the ability. So now we are coming back to the position where I said, okay, George, you are saying yes, I'm saying no. We are at an impasse. How do we resolve it?
So I ask you, do you have any necessity to exploit animals? Do you need to kill animals?
If I were to say yes, what would be the problem?
I would ask you why you need to kill animals.
I'll tell
refute
you.
it.
I love the taste of meat.
That's not a need, that's a
Wait,
want.
one second.
Go on.
I love the taste of meat, and when I feel like it, I will eat it. That's not a want, that's a need.
No,
Is that what you are
I
saying?
like women.
No,
I like
that's
to
a
rape
want.
them.
Brilliant,
You don't need
brilliant. Listen
I
to
like
what
to
he
rape
just
them.
said. He likes women, he likes to rape them.
Should I?
Do you think that is a
No,
comparison?
Yes, so he's saying.
Is it a
yeah,
comparison?
I like sex. That means
No,
I should
he
rape
didn't
them.
say that. Let's get it right.
No.
He said, I like women and I like to rape
No,
them. Now,
it's
question,
similar- is it similar to
is it
say-
similar? According to the, I agree, brother, according to natural selection, if we leave everything to our baser desires, it's
Yeah.
not wrong, is it, what he said?
No,
We're
you
not
are saying
relying
no.
on
No, I'm.
Because we're looking at things from the victim's perspective.
I'm saying
Ah.
you said I can kill animal. I like the taste, so I'm allowed to kill and eat it.
No, I didn't say that. I was telling him that it's not, the distinction the brother made between want and need.
So what
I
is
addressed
your-
that.
So what is a need to kill animals in your situation, where you live in a developed country and you have access to anything you want to eat without harming animals? Why
Right.
do you have the
One
need?
second. You see, when I kill an animal, yeah, the first thing that has to be established is whether I consider it as though I'm harming the animal.
Well, you
I
are,
need-
because the animal
No,
has
no,
to
no.
be harmed for you to eat it.
But that's a position you are holding because of what you are. It's not because
It's a
you
fact.
think.
It's a fact. It's not my position.
fact.
Anyone here, meat eater or not, will agree that you must harm an animal in order to eat them.
Right.
They have to have their throat slit.
Okay, you have to kill the animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, throat slit, shoot, whatever.
Yeah.
The point I'm making here is, and this is the impasse. Whatever I am doing, okay, I'm entitled to do, even in this developed country. I'm entitled to do that, aren't I?
But his point
No,
about
say no.
rape
Sorry,
means
sorry.
that his point about rape is you're entitled. If you use that logic,
Yeah.
then you could say you're entitled to do anything.
Yeah.
Actually,
You're saying just because you want to do
actually,
something, you have the right to
You are not entitled to do
brother,
anything.
Actually, you know what? You are absolutely right, and that's the point we are making.
What I
You
want to
keep
say
saying
is
that.
Sorry,
You keep
apologies.
saying that to me also. You're absolutely
Sorry,
right.
let it, yeah.
what I want to say is that you also have to apply morality to the situation.
I agree. However, before you apply, brother, yeah. Before you, I just wanted
No, I
to.
just want to be
yeah, no problem, brother. After you are applying morality, okay. I have again, like I said, I have no issue. But the comparison that the brother made is a correct one. The point that is being made here is this: that if he says he can do that, what is there to stop him? In this country, if he attempts to do what he said,
What rape you mean?
yeah, what is there to stop him?
There's the law.
Just because someone can't
The law
stop
is the
someone
law.
from doing an act,
There's
that
a
doesn't mean
law.
they should do it.
The law.
So
I agree.
If a woman's been raped down an alleyway and
Yes.
I can't intervene, that doesn't make the rape right.
But
No,
you see,
there is
there's
a-
a problem here. the rape has already been classified as a criminal offense. So it doesn't matter where you do it. Okay, if you are found out, you will be prosecuted. The difference is vast between the two. However, the animals, if we say, and that's the effort that you are putting in from what I gather, is to get the society to think to the extent that, look, if there is an alternative to eating meat, why not take it? Because it doesn't necessarily mean that whatever form of suffering you are going to be inflicting on the animal, you are going to be withdrawing from that. And the animal will be safe. That is what we are saying. Okay? However, taking it to its logical conclusion, I am saying if naturally I have the ability to eat meat, okay, and you said, and I agree with you, that reason should now supersede what we do, then it comes to that ultimate question. Who will be the final arbiter in determining whether we can or we cannot?
The victim, and that's what I've been trying to do from the start.
You can't have the victim, it's impossible.
Yes, we can. The victim.
It's impossible.
No, the answer is not, let's not. How did we come to this conclusion that rape is a crime? 500 or probably 600 years ago, probably men were allowed to have their ways. Probably. Let's say 1,000. The society, if it wants to grow, it realizes it has to empower women. It has to protect the stronger one has to protect the weaker one, and that's how the society grows. That's how this happens. Why does Hyde Park happen? It's because the society collectively happens. Tomorrow, if we have to collectively decide how do we behave with the animals, with the weaker, those who are weaker with us. And if there is abundance of, I agree with other things, if there is nothing available, say in the deserts in Sahara, where they can't grow anything, few hundred, now they have oil, they can import virtually everything. But if there is abundance of grains and food, why should we harm? And should we not raise us conscious about by not killing the animal and not consuming them? And that is the question.
Yeah, I have no problem with what you said. The final analysis again is back to what we said. Who is going to be the final arbiter? Now you know what you said.
Who was the final arbiter to judge that raping is bad? Who was the final?
I'll tell you what. You see, you know
are you taking it to religion? Sorry, are you taking it to the religion?
No, I only said let's ask the question. But what you said, brother, I think you might not have respectfully thought it through. Let me ask you this: if today we collectively agree that raping women is okay, is that valid?
No, because you're going by the majority.
That's not looking at
it will degrade, yes.
A few hundred years ago, okay, if you take this is the problem. If you take it through logically, if collectively we use our collective conscience as the arbiter, and we all decide, okay, let's make it legal today, does that make it right?
No, it does not make it right.
It doesn't.
No,
but then that means, sorry brother, if I can just finish. That means that the final arbiter is going to be something other than us normal human beings.
No, wait.
Don't take it.
I've taken it to its conclusion, my perspective.
There's one more option.
Oh, excellent.
No, can I answer this question?
I'm going to move on to another conversation, guys. So I'm going to give you a card. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Anything untoward? Not intended. It was in the spirit of the discussion. Thank you very much, George.